गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम ऑन यूट्यूब चैनल वैल्यू एजुकेशन। सो आज हम आपके लिए लेकर आए हैं MMPC 001 की यूनिट 11 यानी कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेसेस के बारे में हम बात करेंगे, जिसका ऑब्जेक्टिव्स रहेगा द मीनिंग एंड पर्पस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, द प्रोसेस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, द मीडिया एंड चैनल्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल कम्युनिकेशन, द इंटरनेशनल और अन इंटरनेशनल बैरियर्स that prevent organizational communication to be effective. What a manager should do to make his communication effective. स्ट्रक्चर रहेगा इसका कम्युनिकेशन मीनिंग एंड पर्पज, इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस, वर्बल एंड नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन, चैनल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, बैरियर्स टू कम्युनिकेशन, मेकिंग कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव एंड समरी, सेल्फ असेसमेंट टेस्ट एंड डिफरेंस फर्दर रीडिंग। सो इसके हम फर्स्ट पॉइंट के बारे में बात करते हैं, कम्युनिकेशन यानी कि मीनिंग एंड पर्पस। सो कम्युनिकेशन रेफर्स टू शेयरिंग ऑफ आइडियाज, फैक्ट्स, ओपिनियंस, information and understanding. Simply started, communication can be said to be the passing of information and understanding from one person to another. It will be seen that there are at least three elements involved here: the sender at one end, the receiver at the other, and in between is the message or information that is to be passed on from one end to the other. The information is passed from the sender to the receiver, and the knowledge of its effects is passed from the receiver to the sender in form of a feedback. Whether the effect produced is the desired one will depend upon how well the receiver understands the meaning of information. Communication can therefore be aptly said to be transmission of meaning. Next, importance of communication. So one of the importance rule of the manager is the informational role, wherein a manager seeks information from his peers, subordinates and other about anything relating to their job and responsibilities. At the same time, a disseminator of information about job and organization to those who are concerned with it, as such a considerable part of time is devoted to receiving or disseminating information that is in communication inside or outside the organization. Some of the studies made in the USA shows that between 40 to 60% of work time in a typical manufacturing plant is involved in some phase of communication. Further, the top and middle level managers typically devote 60 to 80% of their total working hours to the communicating. According to Peter Drucker, good communication is the foundation for sound management. The managerial function of planning, organizing, directing and controlling depends on communication in an enterprise. For planning to be realistic, it is essential that is based on sound information, which is not possible without a good system of communication. Exciting in an enterprise, the latest development in the market may not be communicated to the planner, making their future plans totally meaningless. Meaningless. Adaptation to external environment on which rests the survival of business may not be possible without good communication. Again, in order to reach the objectives, it is necessary that leadership is exercised, decision made, efforts coordinated, people motivated and operation controlled. Each of these functions involves interaction with the people in the organization and lead to communication. The important facts of organizational life for a manager is communication, and success will depend upon how effectively one can communicate with others in the organization. In other words, how successfully one can put ideas across to those who work with and thereby pursued others to work in the direction of achievement of goals of the organization. Let us take a relevant example. What is our objectives in preparing lessons like these? Simply stated, it is to put across your mind the essence of managerial function and enable you to understand how these can be discharged effectively. In other words, we are trying to communicate to you the concept of management and whether we have been successful in meeting our objectives will depends on the extent to which you are able to understand what we are trying to communicate to you. Communication therefore aims at developing understanding. Next one is communication process. So communication process in simplest model, communication process can be one is sender and send some मैसेज टू रिसीवर, यानी कि सेंडर ने एक मैसेज, सेंडर के पास एक मैसेज था जो उसने रिसीवर को भेज दिया. ये एक सिंपलेस्ट प्रोसेस है, मॉडल है. द मॉडल इंडिकेट द एसेंशियल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन is the sender and the receiver and the message that is exchanged between them. If any one of the three elements is missing, communication does not take place. इसमें से अगर कोई भी मिस हो गया तो communication complete नहीं होगा. However, the process of communication is a much more complex phenomenon consisting of at least 5 elements which are subject to various influence. The model can be put as follows. Model of communication process. So, sender's thought, encoding, channel, decoding, understanding by receiver, response, transmission, encoding, channel, decoding, receiving, response to senders. यानी कि सोर्स ने कोई मैसेज भेजा कि जैसे कि कोई मैसेज है हमने बी तक पहुंचाना है, तो बी को भी रिप्लाई देना है, तो हमने बी से बोला हाउ आर यू, वो इनकोड हुआ, वो जिस चैनल से गया, फिर वो डिकोड हुआ, फिर अंडरस्टैंडिंग बाय रिसीवर, रिसीवर ने कैसा सुना वो, मतलब उसको हाउ आर यू ही सुना या हाउ आर यू कुछ भी जो सुना उसको, फिर उसने उसको एनकोडिंग किया, चैनल डिकोडिंग किया और रिसीविंग रिस्पॉन्स, उसने एक रिस्पॉन्स सेंडर के पास भेज दिया है कि आई एम फाइन करके. सो ये एक कंप्लीट सर्किट है, कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस का मॉडल है, जो मतलब कि किसी मीडियम से या जो भी है वो उसके थ्रू जाता है, उसका कोडिंग डिकोडिंग सब चीज़ इसमें चलता है. फिर उसके बाद सोर्स की बात करें तो इन दिस मॉडल द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट इज द सोर्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन फ्रॉम वेयर द कम्युनिकेशन originate. The source of sender can be a person, a number of persons, or even a machine. The sender initiate communication because there is a need, thought, idea of or information that wish to convey to the other person or machine. If, for example, an accidental fire has broken out in a part of godown of the factory, the security officer source रहेगा, will need to convey the message immediately to the fire station. जो फायर स्टेशन होगा रिसीवर होगा, उसको मतलब ना मैसेज कन्वे करना है कि जो गोडाउन में है वो आग लग गई है. फायर अलार्म मशीन विल डू द सेम एज ऑफ सिक्योरिटी ऑफिसर. जो फायर अलार्म रहेगा वो सेम जो रहेगा सिक्योरिटी ऑफिसर को बताएगा कि यहाँ पे फायर लग गई है, जैसे कि फायर जो हमारे फायर अलार्म रहते हैं वो उसके जो हॉर्न है वो बजने लगते हैं. फिर उसके बाद होता है एनकोडिंग मैसेज. सो नेक्स्ट जो एलिमेंट है इसका कम्युनिकेशन का वो है एनकोडिंग. The next element in process is that encoding the information to be transmitted. Encoding enables the thought to be put in the form of symbols. Normally language provides the symbols that are used in the transmission of thought to another person. However, language is not the only means to convey the thoughts, need or information. There are non-verbal means, for example gesture, which provide another form through which thoughts can be transmitted. The more complex the ideas, need or information to be communicated, the more complex becomes the process of encoding them. While an involuntary shriek may adequately convey the degree of alarm felt by the victim, even a carefully worded statement or letter may fail to convey the essential purpose of the communication. This can happen if the language or symbols used convey different meaning to the sender and the receiver. Encoding of the thoughts produce a message which can be either verbal or non-verbal. Verbal message is in the form of words and language, while non-verbal would be in the form of body gesture like wink, smile, grunt, frown, wave of hands, etc. Next one is channel. The next element in the process of communication is the channel through which the communication is transmitted. It is the link that join the sender and the receiver. The most commonly used channel are sight and sound in the organizational environment. The channel could take the form of face-to-face conversation, written memos, telephonic exchange, group meetings, etc. Outside the organization, the channel could be letters or circulars, magazines, radio programs or TV shows, etc. For communication to be effective, the channel used should be appropriate for the message as well as the receiver. For an urgent message, mobile, telephone or mail would be the appropriate channel. Again, the channel chosen would be influenced by the consideration as to whom the message is being directed. सो इसी तरह से हमारा ये थर्ड एलिमेंट भी इसका कंप्लीट होता है। उसके बाद होता है डिकोडिंग। कोई मैसेज होता है जो हमने एनकोड करके भेजा है उसको डिकोड करना मतलब एक एलिमेंट है उसका, और कम्युनिकेशन की एक मेन कड़ी भी है ये। अगर आपने मैसेज को अच्छे से डिकोड नहीं किया तो जो रिसीवर है उस तक कुछ चीज़ और ही पहुँचेगी। Decoding and understanding the message constitute the last two elements in the process of communicating from sender to receiver. The receiver in the first instant receives the message and decodes it, that it is to say, interpret and translate it into thoughts. Understanding and desired response. A successful communication occurs when the receiver decodes the message and attaches a meaning to it which very nearly approximate the idea, thoughts or information the sender wished to transmit. Decoding and understanding are affected by several factors. For example, a receiver cannot decode a message which is in a language not known to him. This applies to symbols also. The same symbol may carry a different meaning to the receiver. Again, the receiver's past experiences as well as his expectations color the meaning that is attached to the message. All this tends to bring about a divergence between the intended meaning and perceived meaning. In order that this does not happen, it is necessary to develop greater degree of homogeneity between the sender and receiver, both of whom have their own field of experience. The field of experience constitute an individual's attitude, experience, knowledge, environment and socio-cultural background. The greater the overlap of the source and receiver's field of experience, the greater the probability of a successful communication. In other words, they have things in common that facilitate better communication. An individual engaged in communication with another person of significantly different educational or cultural background will have to put in greater effort to ensure successful communication. A model of communication created to Wilbur Sutram illustrates these points. So, field of experience model, person 1, field of experience, source, encode message, and the common point is channel. Person 2, field of experience, decode and receiver. The greater the overlap of the two-person fields of experience, the higher is the probability of successful communication. The shaded area shows the overlap. Feedback, response. Next one is feedback. Response, the feedback complete the two-way process of communication. It is through the feedback that the source sender comes to know if the message was correctly received and understood. In case it is found that the message has been received incorrectly, it is possible to make corrections subsequently if response is timely. Sender's efforts to communicate are aimed at eliciting the desired response. However, a communication may result in producing any of the three outcomes. A desired change may occur, an undesired change may occur, or no change may take place. We consider communication as successful only when it produces the desired response. Next one is noise. Noise surrounding the entire spectrum of communication. Noise का अगर हम बात करें तो एक तरह से ये मतलब कि क्या है, डिस्टर्बेंस, जैसे कि मौसम ख़राब है या फिर बारिश हो रही है, मतलब किसी तरह के भी कोई भी डिस्टर्बेंस है या हमारे जो कम्युनिकेशन इक्विपमेंट है उसमें किसी तरह का इंटरफेरेंस आ गया है, तो उस चीज़ के बारे में बता रहा हूँ। तो नॉइज़ के बारे में हम बात करते हैं। सराउंडिंग द एंटायर स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन इज द नॉइज दैट अफेक्ट्स द एक्यूरेसी एंड फिdelity ऑफ द मैसेज कम्युनिकेटेड। नॉइज इज एनी फैक्टर्स द डिस्टर्ब्स, confuses or otherwise interferes with communication. It can arise any stage in the communication process. The sender may not be able to encode the message properly or may not be properly audible. The message may get distorted by other sounds in the environment. The receiver may not hear the message or comprehend it in a manner not entirely intended by the sender of the message. The channel also may create interference by filtering, that is allowing some information to pass through and disallowing others. In any case, there is so much of noise or interference in the entire process that there is every possibility of communication being distorted. We will see later in this unit why distortion takes place and what can be done to minimizing the distortion of communication. Next one is verbal and non-verbal communication. If communication in which words are used can be called verbal communication. Communication over long distance takes place usually through verbal communication. As an adjunct to this is the non-verbal communication, which refers to the use of body language in communicating ideas from the sender to the receiver. Non-verbal communication most often takes place unconsciously, and it may either fortify or supplement the verbal communication or may at times negate the very purpose of verbal communication. Next one is, let us examine each of these one by one. The main characteristics of verbal communication is the use of words, either written or spoken. Written communication includes person letter, memoranda, and policy and procedure manual and notice placed on the notice board. Example of orals communication are conferences, committee meetings, telephone conversation, announcements, etc. Both written and oral communication have their merits and demerits. A written communication has the advantage of being easily verified and of being more precisely defined if there arises a need for subsequent corrections. Spoken message cannot always be verified so easily. So इस तरह से हमारे पास ये दिए हुए हैं. Secondly क्या हो सकता है, इसमें permanent record है. We are more particular in making its precise and accurate. Thirdly जो रहेगा हमारा lengthy and complicated message are better understood if they are put in writing. एंड सम ऑफ दीज आर, इसके बारे में बात किया टुगेदर विद दीज एडवांटेज के बारे में बात की हुई है. रिटन कम्युनिकेशन हैव सम ड्रॉबैक्स आल्सो. सो इसके ड्रॉबैक्स भी होते हैं. इसकी एडवांटेज तो देख ही लिया आपने कि कैसे मतलब कि इसको अंडरस्टूड करने में बंदा जो है अंडरस्टूड हो जाता है. और इसके अब ड्रॉबैक्स के बारे में बात करते हैं. तो सम ऑफ दीज आर ड्रॉबैक्स आर देयर. फर्स्टली इट इज़ ए slower method of communication. If we consider the total amount of time involved from the formation of idea by the sender to the understanding of the idea by the receiver, a written communication competes with all other written material that reaches the desk of an executive. As such, there can be gap between the time when a communication reaches the manager's desk and the time when he read it. Moreover, clarification and are needed because the message is not clear to the receiver. Further delay would take place. Secondly, despite the fact that a greater degree of persistence is aimed at while preparing written communication, there is always a possibility of ambiguity or lack of clarity creeping in, leading to misunderstanding on the part of receiver. Clarification naturally mean delay. Lastly, over reliance on written communication can lead to too much of paperwork in the organization. This not only consumes time, money, and energy but also indicates a lack of trust among the employees of the organization. It has been observed that when trust is low and suspicious are high in the organization, and over reliance on written communication is likely to occur. Next one is oral communication. Although an organization cannot function without written communications of various kinds, yet by far the greater percentage of information is communicated orally. It has been observed that managers spend 60 to 80% of their work time in oral communication. Oral communication has the merit of being more rapid. Generally, the spoken words is quicker and less complicated way of getting one's ideas across another person. Again, it offers the potential of two-way information flow and therefore less possibility of misunderstanding the communication. The creation of less formal atmosphere and generation of fellow feeling are additional advantages brought about through oral communication. However, the oral communication is not entirely free from defects. It is less effective as a means of presenting complicated and lengthy data. It is also subject to misinterpretation and effect of barriers arising from interpersonal relationship. Can you determine which of the two, oral or written, is better mean of communication? You will see the choice between two is generally speaking determined by the situation. However, the use of both together will very often strengthen and reinforce a message. Take your own case. The material in your hand is the written communication which will be fortified subsequently through oral communication in the contact classes or educational TV programs. The two together, we hope, will further increase your understanding of concept and application of management. Choosing your words. सो इट इज़ मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, चूजिंग योर वर्ड्स. अगर इसके बारे में बात करें तो यू हैव रीड अर्लियर द कम्युनिकेशन रेफर्स टू द ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ मीनिंग फ्रॉम द सेंडर टू रिसीवर. जैसे कि आपने पढ़ ही लिया है पूरा इसके बारे में, तो जो इसमें हमें किन किन बातों का ध्यान रखना है. द एब्स्ट्रैक्ट वर्ड लाइक पार्टिसिपेशन और डेमोक्रेसी और सेटिस्फैक्ट्री suffer from the difficulty that different people are likely to attach different meaning to these words. The greater the use of such abstract words are bigger the difficulty in bringing about an understanding of the message and behavior change in behavior through communication. Keith Davis, in his well-known book Human Behavior at Work, Organizational Behavior, has suggested a few guidelines for making verbal communication more effective, given below. Use simple word and paras. जो पहली जो बात है कि हमें कम्युनिकेशन में सबसे पहले क्या यूज़ करना है, हमें सिंपल वर्ड यूज़ करने हैं और सिंपल पैराज यूज़ करने हैं ताकि जो आगे समझने वाला बंदा है उसको आसानी से समझ में आए. सिंपल वर्ड की वर्ड ऐसा होना चाहिए जो अगले वाले के समझ में आ जाए. उसके बाद यूज शॉर्ट एंड फैमिलियर वर्ड्स, मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग उसको जानने वाले हो, छोटा वर्ड हो. ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब कोई डिक्शनरी से निकाल के कोई नया ही वर्ड दे दिया, अगला आदमी सोचता रहे क्या बोल दिया. उसके बाद यूज पर्सनल प्रोनाउंस सच एज यू वेन एवर अप्रोप्रिएट. गिव इलस्ट्रेशन एंड एग्जाम्पल्स. यूज शॉर्ट sentences and paragraphs. Use active verbs such as in the manager plans. Economize on adjectives. Express uh, thoughts logically and in a direct way. Avoid unnecessary words. Use of body language in determining the effectiveness of communication in the sense of effecting a change in behavior. Non-verbal communication has an important role to play. Experts in the field of human communication have found that in a typical message between two person, only about 7% of the meaning or content of the message is carried by the actual word being used. Another 38% of the message is carried by one's tone of voice, which includes pacing, timing, pause, and accents. The major part of 55% of the contents of the message is in non-verbal form. In other words, in the form of our physical attitude going along with our verbal message. The physical attitude is also referred to as body language. Non-verbal communication can take place with our action or with our body gesture. For example, a manager who pound his fist on the table while announcing that from now on participative management will be practiced in his organization create a credibility gap between what he says and what he practices. A manager who uh, says that he believes in an open door policy for all his employees but is busy with his own files while an employee is giving him certain suggestions towards improvement in work environment is making non-verbal communication cute in conflict with his verbal communication. In such situations, non-verbal message is the stronger one and the verbal message will cease to be effective. Body gesture. The communicate may relate to you handshake, your smile, your eye contact, your posture while standing or sitting, your facial expression while listening, the sir of your shoulder. Indeed, the movement of any part of your body, you must therefore be watchful of your body language so that it does not contradict your verbal message. This is indeed difficult because the body language is so involuntary that we are not even aware of it. Some of the non-verbal action which assist communication includes maintaining eye contact, occasionally nodding the head in agreement, smiling the showing animation, leaning towards the speaker, speaking at a moderate rate in a cute tone. Some of the non-verbal action that impair the communication are non-verbal action and impaired communications are given below, looking away or turning away from the speaker and sneering or using other content, contemptuous gesture, closing your eyes and using an unpleasant tone of voice, speaking too slow or too fast. Channels of communications. So an organization structure provides channel for the flow of information on which the decision of organization will be based. As such an organization can be described as the network of communication channels. These channels can be either intentionally designed or they may develop of their own accords. When a channel is intentionally prescribed for the flow of communication in the organization, we call it a formal channel and the communication passing through that channel as formal communication. On the other hand, when communication takes place through channels not intentionally designed, in other words, outside the formal channels, such channels are referred to as informal channels and the communication as informal communication. Formal communication you can see on screen. An organization chart shows the direction of formal. It is also important question. And next one is maintenance foreman, network in formal communication, and informal communication. बैरियर टू इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है एग्जाम के परस्पेक्टिव बाय नाउ यू आर फैमिलियर विद द कम्युनिकेशन इज you will recollect that in the earlier part of this unit communication has been defined as the transmission of meaning or understanding, yet by far most of the communication in organization or between person fails to satisfy these criterion. Communication cute often fails to convey the meaning or develop an understanding of the communication sufficient enough to bring about a change in behavior of the recipient. According to Peter Drucker, we have more attempts at communication today, that is more attempts to talk to others and a surfeit of communication media, yet communication has proved as elusive as the unicorn. The noise level has gone up so fast that no one can really listen about more to all that babble about communication, but clearly there is less and less of communicating. The communication gap within institution and between groups in society has been widening steadily to the point where it threatens to become an unbridgeable gulf of total misunderstandings. One of the biggest dangers in communication is to assume that communication has taken place. Most of us indeed make a great effort in formulating ideas and finding appropriate words for communicating them to others. In organization, too much money and energy is used to develop its system of communication, and yet if you try to assess how far the system has led to effective communication in terms of the desired response, you will be surprised at the results. There is a 50-50 chance of communication not being understood to degree you would be satisfied with. This has been proved by a number of experiments and observations made by communication specialists. There is a story from the army which tells of an instruction starting at one end of the lines as send reinforce, reinforcement, and ending up to other end the lines send 3 ceiling and 6 pens. यू कैन परहैप्स टेस्ट इट योर सेल्फ। जैसे कि आपने देखा होगा कि बचपन में जो स्कूल के अंदर बच्चों को एक प्रैक्टिस कराई जाती थी कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर ही, तो इसी का एक एग्जांपल मतलब आर्मी के थ्रू दिया हुआ है कि एक बार बच्चों के कान में एक ग्रुप बनाया जाता था, उसमें एक राउंड सर्कल बना करके बच्चों को बैठाया जाता था, उसमें एक बच्चे के कान में कुछ बोला जाता था, जैसे कि बोल दिया जैसे तो आर्मी का एग्जाम्पल है बट हम इसी को ले लेते हैं, जैसे बोल दिया री इन्फोर्समेंट, तो ये फर्स्ट बच्चे के कान में गया, फिर ये सेकंड बच्चे के कान में गया, थर्ड बच्चे के कान में गया, तो सभी ने इसका जो पास किया अपने मतलब डिकोड करके, वो क्या पास सबसे जो लास्ट वाले बच्चे के पास जो पहुंचा वो पहुंचा सेंड 3 सीलिंग्स एंड 6 पेन्स। मतलब आप देखोगे तो इसमें क्या हुआ कि बच्चों ने जो सेंडर था उसने भेजा, बट जो बच्चों ने डिकोड किया वो डिकोड अपने हिसाब से कर लिया, मतलब उन्होंने अच्छे प्रॉपर तरीके से सुना नहीं, मतलब ये क्या है कम्युनिकेशन गैप हो गया, बच्चों ने सुना नहीं, कम्युनिकेशन फेलियर हो गया, इंटरफेरेंस हो गया या जो भी उस टाइम पे रहा। तो जो आर्मी के जवानों ने सेम थिंग्स यहाँ पर देखी कि मतलब रीइंफोर्समेंट्स लास्ट तक क्या हो गया सेंड 3 सीलिंग्स एंड 6 पेन्स। तो इसी तरह से मतलब हमारा जो ये है डिकोडिंग अच्छे से होना चाहिए, वरना जो लास्ट में मैसेज पहुँचता कुछ और पहुँचता है और जो इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन है वो नहीं हो पाता, लास्ट तक हमारे पास जो आउटपुट आती है या डिकोड होके आता है वो गलत रिप्लाई आता है रिसीव, मतलब सर्किट कंप्लीट नहीं होता। यू कैन परहैप्स टेस्ट इट योरसेल्फ, आप कर सकते हैं इसको, ट्राई टू रिकलेक्ट द न्यूज़ आइटम्स ऑफ योर, मतलब आप इसको अपने घर में भी कर सकते हैं, 4 बंदों को एक ही वर्ड बताइए, 4 बंदों में तो इतना मतलब नहीं होगा बट मतलब ज़्यादा का ग्रुप रहता है तो वो बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है। तो सिमेटिक बैरियर्स की बारे में बात करें तो मोस्ट ऑफ द डिफिकल्टीज इन कम्युनिकेशन अराइज बिकॉज द same words or symbol meanings different things of different individual. Perhaps you remember uh, remember what happened to Shiny Abraham at the recent 1986 Asian Games at Seoul. Despite coming first by a very wide margin in the 800-meter race, she was disqualified and lost her gold medal for having crossed the track at the place where she should not have done. According to her, she mistook the symbol that is the color of the flag, whereas in our country the red flag indicates danger. In South Korea, white flag is used the same purpose. मतलब यहाँ पे बताया हुआ है कि जो सिंबल रहते हैं उनका भी मतलब मीनिंग्स होता है। तो जैसे कि आपने देखा कि जो हमारी कंट्री के अंदर जो रेड फ्लैग है वो डेंजर्स को इंडिकेट करते हैं, बट साउथ कोरिया के अंदर जो वाइट फ्लैग है वो डेंजर्स को इंडिकेट करते हैं। तो सो misinterpreting the white flag which had been put up that point, she crossed the track at wrong place and suffered a setback. तो उसको अपना गोल्ड मेडल गंवाना पड़ा. Words which are in reality symbol representing a thing, an action or a feeling can have several meanings. As explained earlier, words which represent concrete things, car or house, tends to be understood in the same way, while abstract words like merit, effectiveness or responsibility tend to be interpreted by a different person in different ways. Difficulty in understanding may arise even in the case of ordinary words which have different contextual meaning. Lately, such different difficulties are being experienced increasingly by people working in international development field. One such problem occurs in interpreting the meaning of the word steps. In a training programs of health workers relating to family health in Jamaica, when a question what are some of the steps that a mother should take to make sure that her baby keep healthy, was asked, if it was found that there was no response to it, the trainees who were accustomed to only the meaning of the word steps based on their experience could not just make any sense of the question. Psychological barriers are the prime barriers in interpersonal communication. The meaning that ascribed to a message depends upon the emotional or psychological status of both the parties concerned. You have already seen the effectiveness of communication depends upon the perceptions of the right meaning of the message on the part of the receivers. Next one is to the supervisor who believes that employees are basically lazy. The situation communicate to him that they are playing truant with their work and therefore should be given more work to do and discipline. Organizational barriers. Organizational provide a formal framework through which communication is designed to flow. The structuring of the flow itself tends to act as a barrier against fair flow of communication between person and level in the organization. Rules may prescribe how communication are to move from one level to another in upward or downward direction. Not only is there a possibility of delay in the communication reaching its destination, but also there is every possibility of communication getting distorted through the process of filtering described in the previous paragraphs. इसी तरह से जो हमारा है मेकिंग कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव, तो हम जो कम्युनिकेशन है उसको इफेक्टिव कैसे बनाएं, कैसे बना सकते हैं, तो इसमें हमारे पास कुछ पॉइंट्स दिए हुए हैं. इन ऑर्डर टू मेक योर इंटरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन मोर इफेक्टिव, द फॉलोइंग आर सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स that you should bear in mind. That use direct simple language and avoid words in which can have ambiguous meaning. Keep the receiver audience in mind while choosing the words and paras. Your communication will be effective in words you use are appropriate for the level of receivers for whom the communication is aimed at. Next one is use face-to-face communication. Face-to-face communication allows more accurate feedback to achieve through two-way communication. And use feedback. Feedback enables to sender to just whether his idea have been received in the manner as they were originally intended. Next one is listen with understanding. The biggest block to interpersonal communication is said to be inability to listen intelligently, understandingly, and skillfully to another person. We tend to confuse listening with hearing, which is physically processed. Next one is create constructive environment for the expression of ideas. If you can create a climate in which people can be confident that what they say will be listened to with sympathy and considered constructively, you can be sure of a successful and creative communication. This is, however, possible only in an environment of trust which has to be generated by management through its policies and actions. Be careful about your non-verbal communication, and because you hold a status higher than your subordinates, your gestures are observed and felt by your subordinates. Your body language therefore must be supportive of your communication through words. Develop and use organizational structure which minimize the chances of filtering the communication. Next one is clarify before attempting to communicate, examine the purpose of communication, understand the physical and human environment when communicating. In planning communication, consult other to obtain their supports as well as the facts. Next one is summary. So communication is the transfer of information from one person to another. Successful communication is much more than mm, work transfer to information. It is transfer of meaning understanding between two person. आप इसकी समरी देख सकते हो. समरी पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि आपको बात जो चीज़ें और रिमाइंड हो जाए और आप जो है एग्ज़ाम में लिख सको. मतलब समरी जो रहती है, समरी पढ़ने से हमारे जो दिमाग में कुछ चीज़ें छूट जाती है वो रिमाइंड हो जाती है और जिससे कि आप ज़्यादा टाइम तक उस चीज़ को याद रख सकते हो. सो इसलिए आप इस समरी को देख सकते हैं और आप जो जितना भी हमने पढ़ा है उसको एक बार ध्यान कर सकते हैं ताकि आपको एग्ज़ाम में अच्छे मार्क्स आए, ज़्यादा दिन तक आप याद रख सको.